What do you learn about yourself when you have to sit and kind of watch everybody else play and you don't get the chance to kind of go out there and do it?
You learn by yourself. You just learn how to be there for your teammates. Like even though you're not out there with them, you can still support them, still get them through some things, help them out if they don't know what's going on, stuff like that.
How does all the running backs stay healthy, happy this year? I know you have big aspirations, and Amari's done great things, and Le'Veon was an all SEC guy. So I mean, it's a lot of good running backs. And just won football.
We all there for each other. Like there's no hating, there's no getting mad when someone else goes in. Like we stay together. So like if one of us make a big play, somebody else is running down. Somebody on the sideline running. We all running down the sideline congratulating them. So it's like there's no hating on none of that.
What were the emotions when you were able to get back to the bowl game?
The emotions were good. I wasn't 100%, but it just felt be good to get some reps out there and be playing. So, yeah.
At what point did you feel like you were back to 100%?
Back to 100%. I'd say towards the end of spring ball.
Did you do a lot of work with Joe Girardi here with
Yes.
rehabbing?
I work with when I was rehabbing. I work with Joe every day. Joe got me right. Joe is great. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for people who may not know him, just what kind of guy is he like, and just kind of the things that y'all went through day by day.
Joe, he's a real stand-up guy. He gonna tell you what it is. Like he not gonna tell you he not gonna tell you that you need to what you need to work on. Like if you do some one day you don't feel like working on something because your foot hurt, but he gonna tell you got to push through it because it got to get better. It's gonna get better.
What is the expectations for this room? I mean, obviously a lot of people are expecting big things from you guys, but what's the talk inside that room with you guys?
We see all the hype, all the outside noise, but we just got to stay grounded and stay humble.
How do you and maybe Le'Veon and Mari and EJ kind of complement each other in your minds?
In our minds, we feel like we all got our own type of running style, but we feel like it all comes together once we all get out there with each other.
So what's your running style?
Speed, agility, catching, running routes.
What have you seen from Marcel Reed this year now that he's kind of stepped into a leadership role?
I say he's been more of a leader, and him passing, his passing has got better. So.
And you see that like his growth as a passer?
And I see his growth as a leader too.
What was just kind of first day of pads?
First day.
How was that? How did it feel?
Oh, it felt good, to get back up, be out there with the guys, running, thudding, getting hit. Feels good.
What have you seen from a young guy, and maybe Jamarian Morrow? I've heard his name a couple times. What does he kind of bring to the table?
Jamarian Morrow, he's nice. He's fast, quick. He picked up really fast. When I came in my freshman year, it took some time, but him, it was all quick with him. He's gonna be a real good player.
Obviously, Le'Veon coming back from an injury. What have you seen from him working alongside with you? How's he looking?
He's looking good. It's like he didn't lose a step. Still same old Le'Veon.
What should we expect from a healthy, obviously bulked up Ruben Owens this season?
A lot of touchdowns, a lot of yards.
So what is it about your pass catching abilities that allows you to flourish in that aspect?
I feel like I can get open. I feel like no linebacker in the country can stick me one-on-one, so I feel like I get open. Once I get my hands on the ball, I'm in open space. I'm out.
Is there anything in particular that you have been working on in your game this summer in particular?
I've been working on my pass pro, and I just been catching a lot of balls.
Yeah, how would you maybe evaluate just how the running back group is in pass protection and blocking in those type of situations?
Well, Coach True, we work pass protection every day in Indy, so I feel like we're really good at pass protection.
Did you see an increase of intensity today with the pads on, team wide, or did you see guys that jump and juice in that?
Yeah, every time we get in pads, defense gets rowdy, offense gets rowdy. It's real competition, a lot of banging.
All right. First of all, going back to last year, what kind of adjustment was there from going from into the SEC?
Coming from Bowling Green, I had, I guess you could say, a larger role than I did as last year. So, as I, got into the season, I had to understand my role. And the adjustment was, just, make all the reps count. You might not be getting, as much reps as, you usually get, just like compared to last year, but just make them all count and maximize your opportunities. So that's all my mindset was.
And now that you know what it's about, and everything, how have you changed at all?
It's still, the same thing. Just maximize every play. Just even with more reps, on my plate now. Just maximize every play. Go as hard as possible as every play. Try to make as many plays as you can.
Cashius, you showed us a little glimpse of what a lot of us
expect you to do this year. Was there a point at the end of last year where you're like, all right, I get this SEC speed, I get this level now?
Yeah, I think probably around like probably halfway through the year, I was, for the first kind of half, I was still, trying to get my feet, under myself, kind of like you said, like get a good feel for the game. But after about halfway through the year, it was just kind of like, we're just out there playing ball, so let's go play ball.
Do you feel like with the group you have this year that the sack totals will be at a higher level this year than they were last year?
Most definitely, not taking away from anything from the guys last year. Definitely had good guys last year, that were getting a lot of sacks. But I definitely feel like this year, with guys, like Deion Hayes, Rylan Kennedy, T.J. Searcy, just all those guys, us coming together as a collective unit and keeping each other fresh and stuff like that. I feel like that'll definitely help pay off in the future for the season and allow us to get more sacks.
What do you feel like about with this group that is characteristics that make that different this year?
I would say just overall work ethic. I've got a chance to see these guys when they first came in and work out with these guys just in the weight room and the off-season workout. So I just noticed that there's a different kind of go about it. That I feel like everyone's starting to understand more about the program and start to buy in more, and that's why I ultimately think that this year we'll have more sacks.
Is there anything in particular over the offseason that you worked on more than anything else to improve your game?
I would just say overall, just crafting my pass rush abilities. Like I said, this year, there's nothing that I feel like coming off of last year that I couldn't have got better at. So, really just every facet of my game, a little bit of run stopping, a little bit of pass rush, crafting ability, just all that. I tried to, hone in on every different aspect of my game.
What's it been like going against this offensive line? And have you noticed maybe the maturity and just any differences this year, the way that you did?
Yeah, I definitely feel like as a whole, after all the experience that they've had, over the past few years, and just with the last coaching staff just coming into this one, I feel like overall they're starting to gel together, as one unit instead of 5 offensive linemen. They're starting to come together and build that chemistry. I feel like with them doing that helps the D-line get better, and like I said, I feel like the D-line is starting to hone in together and put it all together, and I feel like that'll make them better too.
Is there anyone in particular you don't like getting lined up against?
Oh no, I'm not gonna say I don't like going against anybody. You feel me? It's competitive. I don't care who you are in front of me. But I mean, there's good tackles. Crown over Trey, Deuce, all them. They're solid guys. But it's not like anyone in particular where it's like, no. You feel me? Like, nah.
What do you see from just the rest of that defensive end group, maybe on your side and on the other side as well, just how the competition's starting to shake out?
As far as like who's playing and stuff, I'm not really 100% sure. That's obviously up to coaches. I'm not dictating who plays and who doesn't. But like I said, the guys I say, me, Rylan, Deion, TJ, Sam and Pebba. So we're all coming together. We're working hard every day. So.
How much better do you think this defense will be this year?
I think we'll be, a lot better than we were last year. Just, coming off of Elko's first year, just things, kind of were just all new just as a program. And I feel like now that we're in, like, the second year, that, just us as an overall team, we're starting to get it more. More people are starting to buy in. So I just feel like, the defense will be better.
Cashius, were you surprised at all that you weren't preseason All-SEC? And what do you think are some tangible goals that you kind of set for yourself this year?
Not necessarily surprised that I wasn't pre-team or pre-season All-SEC. You're talking to a guy that's was once rated like 2000th best player in my class. So I'm used to not getting picked and being overlooked. So that just adds fuel to the fire for me, and ultimately, like you said, just makes me want to set more goals and strive to achieve those goals and just keep breaking through those ceilings.
I think Coach Elko said on the coaches' night that you had a 3rd round grade after last year. Correct me if I'm wrong, but is that true? And what led to your decision to come back? And if 3rd round is not enough, what do you think you could get after this year?
Yeah, I mean, as far as like the specific round, it was something like that. I'm not really, for sure. I'm kind of focused on, task at hand right now. But what made me, come back was just, just really just maximizing, just college and maximizing, my opportunities. And, I obviously want to, like I said, just maximize myself, maximize my revenue, just as far as draft, maximize my stock. So it's really just about maximizing my potential, honestly.
To be in that first round, second round competition or conversation, what do you think you need to do this year? And I know you're focused on team goals, but individually, what do you think you want to put on this year?
Just ball out, make plays, make it undeniable.
All right, Cashius.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Obviously, A&M had one of the better offensive lines in the nation, or at least in the SEC last year. How do you make it better?
Hopefully bring some diversity, because I play both guard and center. So if Amaje needs a breath, I can come in. If Coley needs a breath, I can always come in and, be able to make sure there's always a fresh O-line on the field.
Yeah, how do you guys just kind of view maybe some of the cross-training that's been going on and just maybe the competition that it's been breeding?
Oh, man, it definitely brings healthy competition. Everybody wants to be on the field, especially at A&M, But, to be honest with you, I'm just enjoying the moment, No matter where I play, I'm just having fun on the field and trying to give my all.
Ruben said that y'all kind of developed a friendship while y'all are having to rehab together last year. What does rehabbing together look like? Is there a moment or a memory that you remember where y'all came together because of the situation that y'all were in?
Yeah, we was actually in the training room down there. When they're done warming up, they used to come down. Me and him used to connect to the speaker and start dancing. Trying to hype the the team up. So that was a big memory for me and him.
And what was the season like, just having to go through the process? What kind of kept you going?
Seeing him go through it too. I actually had a buddy. It was me, him, Le'Veon later on, and TJ Shanahan. And, having them over there, seeing them get on the field, just wanted me to work harder, get rehab, and get better.
Yeah, you guys had already kind of been started your rehab process when Le'Veon went down. Just how did that maybe help him when he got into that situation that you guys were able to maybe pick him up?
We just try to show him that we're going through the same process too, Everything gets better. You just got to put in the work and, time. Just let time go and you're going to get better soon.
What does having Le'Veon and Ruben both back healthy, what does that mean for this offense? What dynamic does that bring?
Trouble. That's for sure. Elusive Ruben, and then you got a powerhouse like Lev. So, we just stay healthy. I don't see anyone stopping us.
You mentioned kind of the dance party, getting people hype while y'all are rehabbing. Where do y'all find the joy or whatever that is? Because I'm sure that is a frustrating place to be as well.
100%. You see your teammates pad up, get ready in the locker room. It definitely brings you down, but someone got to bring the energy. So me and Rube built a great connection through that rehab process. So I think that's what it is.
Are there any go-to songs on the playlist that y'all went to?
We used to listen by "Love Me" by Fia. He's a Polynesian artist, and I was trying to put Rube on, but he was just like, "What the hell is that?" So that was basically it.
I know you've talked to us before about kind of your Fiji roots. Just do you listen to a lot of Polynesian music?
Yeah. Polynesian for Fijian music, it's a bunch of remix with a bunch of Polynesian guitars and stuff like that. So, one of our great artists, Fiji, he passed away. So shout out Fiji.
Mark, what was the injury you had last year, and how valuable was the spring for you to be back and watch some practices at?
Oh yeah, I tore my MCL, so it wasn't really that bad a recovery from the ACL. So being back for spring was mandatory for me.
Did you feel like you could maybe come back later in the year, or was it?
My plan was for me to try and come in the USC game and the bowl game, but I just couldn't play it the best I could, the pain and all that.
What have you seen going against this defensive line? You guys missed a couple of big heavy hitters from last year, but this is kind of a new group of guys. What have you seen from them going against them in practice?
They're young, they all trying to get better. So every day I go against them, something new shows up every day. So I do enjoy the process. I'm trying to get them better, and they're trying to get me better.
What's it been like watching Trey at center a little bit, and what do you think he brings? Is that kind of weird seeing him at center?
A little bit, but I understand where he's at. He's trying to go to the league, and he's trying to get center reps, and I'll just let him do what he got to do to get there.
you know, Armaja at Media Days told us that Joe Moore Award, something that's been talked about within y'all's group. Why do you think y'all are maybe capable of competing for an award like that?
Because we're such a veteran O-line group, and I think we got a lot of experience across the board. You know, you got me, you got Trey, you got Chase, you got Coley, you got Deuce, and you got Crown. I mean, that's one of the most experienced veteran O-line we have. And I mean, I think if we just worry about every one step at a time, one game at a time, I think we can cause trouble.
What is it about this group that a year ago maybe there were some question marks about you guys that you guys within a year's time have been able to become a strength of this team?
You said again?
What has allowed you guys in a year to really be, you know, progress enough where y'all are a strength of this team?
Probably just time, you know. I think all of us we all got a high ceiling, and every day we just try to get better. And I think experience comes in play too. So I think time and experiences has played a big value to us in this team.
Whether it's in the spring or even the fall, do you give yourself a minute to kind of look around and look at you and Ruben and Le'Veon and some of these guys who went through some big injuries and be kind of like, this is cool, we're back?
100%, you know, especially seeing Rube, you know. I mean, when we in the huddle, we just joke around. When I know I'm pulling and he's running behind me, I just look at him and be like, let's take it to let's score on this play. So, you know, seeing them do their thing and seeing Le'Veon, you know, getting better, I just can't wait for the season.
And that with Ruben started over just on the rehab field and doing all that kind of bond?
Yes.
Did you how much did you work with Joe Girardi during your rehab process, and just what was he like?
I mean, he's probably one of the best. You know, he got me. You know, at first I didn't know where I was at, you know, with the injury. But once Joe came in and he showed me the steps, you know, I had full confidence that Joe would get me back to 100%.
Did you spend any time in Seattle or Fiji this offseason?
No, not really. My mom went to Fiji 2 weeks ago, so I was kind of jealous about that. But I had camp, so nothing I could do about that.
Think you might don the attire again this season for a game?
Depending on what game. Hopefully, yeah.
All right, guys. Appreciate the time.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Mark.
Thank you.
Great one.